Well, today's the day we're putting the transmission in the Jeep. But first we gotta complete the rebuild. So, got, I don't know, half a can of this stuff. And ideally you'd wanna wipe this down with, some thinner or something, but I'm not gonna do that. I did go with the engine paint. That way, if, the pump blows up or something and this thing cooks, at least the paint will still be good. I am going to mask off this surface because it is like a sealing surface against the transfer case. But yeah, we'll get that painted because I got to do the crap box shuffle outside just to get the Jeep in here. And it'd probably be good to do a quick cleanup. So if I get a coat of paint on there, hopefully it will be dry enough to handle here in a couple hours. Bit, clean up the shop a little bit. Looks a lot more rebuilt now. We need some stickers on there. There's something not right. It looks like the flex plate is hitting the bell housing. So I don't know what's happened there, but we gotta check that out. All right, let's tear down begin. All right, skid plate's out. She's been bleeding a little bit. So next step will be drive lines and T-case linkage. One of the things I'm gonna do, man, can you even see that? I got my square drive shaft. And it looks like it has been making contact with the pan there. I think what I'm going to try to do is put this end up at the T-case. I think that'll do it. It should be about right here, which will just clear the corner of that pan. I ran it this way so if any moisture got in there, it would run out the end, but that's no good right there. So, all right, pulling drive lines. All right, pulled the pan to drain the oil. Try to minimize, the mess under the Jeep, and there's quite a bit of clutch material in there. I mean, I had this pan off recently, so this is not like 100,000 miles worth of stuff. This is like 2 trips. So there's definitely something wrong. No big chunks of metal though. All right, I'm gonna throw this pan back on, and I'm about 2 bolts away from pulling the transfer case. So moving right along here. All right, old one is out. I gotta grab the fittings off there for the transmission lines and that modulator. But yeah, got that one all painted up. You know what? I still can't believe the joy that I got from painting that thing. I don't paint things near enough for my projects because, I mean, it was like $5 worth of paint and it just looks a lot better. And I did 0 prep work except for taping off this output shaft. So yeah, it's amazing what a little rattle can will do. So I'm gonna try to do that a little more often. But anyway, I think I'm gonna grab some lunch. Only took me about an hour and a half, maybe an hour 20 to pull the transmission. I didn't film a lot because I'm pretty sure I've pulled the transmission at least once, maybe twice on the channel. So you can scroll through the other videos to find that if you have questions. And I know I've pulled the transfer case many times. Yep, lunchtime and then reverse the process. All right, back from lunch. Let's get these fittings out. And this guy, Gotta add some horsepower here. Definitely doesn't have any of these parts in it, but we can keep that between you and me. All right, let's slide the torque converter in. Got a remanufactured guy here from O'Reilly's. Pretty sure you're supposed to fill these things up. So got some Harvest King, the old North 40. I think the best for you, big guy. That's all I got. Dang, Studebaker took most of my trans fluid. Okay. There it is. Sweet. Nice. Right on. Things are looking good. All right, I'm gonna lay on my back and struggle for about 30 or 40 minutes, and then I'll check back in with you. All right, that might be record time. I mean, it's far from installed. The hard part is over, getting it mated to the block. Still got the 4 bolts on the top of the bell housing, but getting those 2 lined up on the side. The key is making sure that you start out nice and sturdy. So when I pulled it out, I had it on that little block and that little 2x4, and it was wobbly, but coming down is not that big a deal. Going up, you want it flat, you want it level, you want it sturdy so it doesn't fall off the jack. Still not a transmission jack, but having that nice big old 6x6 really helped. And yeah. Also helps I've done this a few times. All right, I got a lot of bolts to put in. I'm gonna get those in, and it's not likely starting today because I'm running out of time and I don't have transmission fluid. But we'll get it. All right, I think all the transmission bolts are in. Bell housing bolts, flex plate bolts. Yeah, so all that's left now is the T-case, drive lines, T-case linkage, and then should be able to test it. But kind of out of time for today. Might be out of time for the week. I'll try to sneak out here again. But yes, very excited. Hopefully anything works. Otherwise, back to the drawing board. All right, back on the Jeep. Got the drive lines in. Flip the front one around, so hopefully I got a little more clearance up there at the transmission. Rear's in. Got all the linkage hooked up. Now I'm working on some wiring. So got this one's for the kick down. You can see that's not good. And then this one is for the full drive indicator. Unfortunately, I only have red wire, so that's all right because I need these ends anyway. So I'm just gonna splice the ends back on, get rid of that bare wire, tape it up, and we'll put it down under the Jeep. And then I want to hook up the choke. So I got a new choke kit for the carb, and gotta deal with that situation. Now I got the ends on both these wires. I know that these ends kind of go together, firewall. I'll line them up and then just tape them together. Sweet, all the wiring's in. Now we're gonna work on this choke. Bought this choke kit like, I don't know, probably a year ago, but then the transmission went out and I was like, yeah, it's not really worth putting it in. But anyway, I think the key here is going to be not dropping anything down the carburetor. But I'm gonna try to do it in place. So basically I think it's just gonna replace you know, the rod that goes through that top butterfly. And I don't know if I even need to do that. I might be able to just, yeah, this part here is attached to it. Let me take a look at it. I might be able to just put that rod on there and this little bracket for the cable, not have to actually get into the carburetor. We shall see. All right, got the old rod out. This the carburetor on the Jeep was set up with vacuum choke, so a little different linkage. See, that's threaded on the end. All right, let's slide this guy in there. I think this attaches to the throttle linkage. Not exactly sure what it does. Don't think we need to put the butterfly in there because that's, or the choke butterfly or whatever, still in there. All right, choke's all hooked up. Gonna top off this transmission. Hopefully we've got a trans. Oh jeez. Oh no, jeez. Oh, that's gonna smoke. I won't know if it's leaking or if I just spilled it everywhere. Alright, put 2 quarts in the converter at least, and 8 quarts there. Should be about 12 quarts, so I think I'm going to start it up and cycle through the gears a little bit. Just make sure that it's fluid's pumped, and then we'll check it while it's running and top it off. Why are you such a dirt? Second. I think I might be in low range. Let's try that. Man, I hope that's a exhaust leak and not a lifter tick. This thing is gutless. Even with that mildly rebuilt 360, we gotta do something about that. Well, that's a success. It shifts, it goes forward, it goes backwards. Big Chief back on the trail. Definitely need to deal with the battery. Going wheeling in just a couple days for the hangover run, which is gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna try to get up early on wheeling day and do a few things, secure that battery. Maybe do a little tuning. I think it needs some carburetor tuning. When I was getting up to the like more cruising speeds, it was kind of like cutting out and bogging a little bit. And I think I got a header leak. I don't think it's a lifter tick. It sounds headerish, so that'll be good. Just tighten up some bolts. But yes, so excited to have this thing back. I have yet to play with the new tires, so I'm excited to see how they work out. Race compound grabbers from the trophy truck. So anyway, thanks for watching. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. We'll see you next time.